I would say that this entire university is an ode to the Old South. I knew that these symbols and the iconography that was on campus was going to be present here, but I didn't necessarily know how much it would affect me.
The first time I was on campus, I just thought it was so beautiful. It hurts me to see that people want to change the things on campus that I love and to change the things that are actually what drew me to Ole Miss and what made me want to be a student here. If you hate it, why did you come here?
At the University of Mississippi, some love the symbols to Southern heritage, others want them gone, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. And after Charlottesville, students say it's more tense than ever. It was like that when I was a student here 4 years ago, because we all know the school's messy racial history. Ole Miss was segregated until 1962, when the National Guard escorted a student named James Meredith onto campus, and then white students rioted. Over the years, symbols of the Confederacy and Jim Crow have stuck around. But in the last 15 years, the school has tried to rid itself of some of these symbols. The state flag is gone, the Colonel Reb mascot is off the field, and the battle hymn Dixie is no longer sung, at least not officially. Recently, Ole Miss has seen a surge in student activism, with one side fighting for tradition and the other for change. Stuck in the middle, the school compromised by agreeing to remove some names and symbols and adding historical signs to others. The Confederate monument welcoming students to campus will stay, but a plaque was added detailing its ugly past.
This is also something I've seen kind of going on in the country a lot, taking down monuments of Confederate soldiers. Somebody complains that they're offended by it and it gets taken down. So you can't erase history.
This is Coco McDonnell. She's a 21-year-old senior from Virginia. She's a student senator and an outspoken conservative. And last year, she introduced and helped pass legislation to suspend the administration's committee that deals with Ole Miss's troublesome history.
We were not saying we want you to stop this. We were saying, if you're going to be doing this, let's get more student voice on it.
But why suspend it instead of immediately expanding the role of students?
We chose to suspend it, not expand it, because we wanted to give them the incentive that they need to quickly and efficiently get more student voice on the committee.
The student government president ended up vetoing the resolution.
I find a lot of things offensive, but things that I find offensive, I just try not to pay attention to. I try not to look at them, I don't go by them. I mean, I know that's not what people really like to hear, but you can't create a world where nothing's gonna offend you and nothing's gonna offend anybody else.
It's something that I wanted to try. My family's also alumni from here, so I was like, in this new era, maybe there's like a little bit more leniency to do activism work or make some social change at the school.
This is Makala McNeil. She's a 21-year-old senior. She's also a student senator and a member of the campus NAACP. Back in 2015, she successfully helped remove the state flag of Mississippi from the Ole Miss campus.
There are the students who recognize that Confederate iconography has no place at our university, at a public university, and that it affects people of color, students of color. Because our campus is mostly white people, it can be very hard to mobilize and garner support around taking these symbols down, or they're searching for other avenues to making our campus more inclusive.
What is it about this campus that's a little bit different?
This campus, our university, was formed in 1848, obviously before the Civil War. And this campus, this university, takes great pride in recognizing the deep problems of the past and moving forward, creating an open and diverse and inclusive campus that is welcoming to all.
Ole Miss is the state's flagship university, but its demographics don't match the state's population. Mississippi is 37% black. The school is only 13% black in its undergraduate programs. And while overall enrollment has gone up in the past 5 years, the percentage of black students has gone down.
The University of Mississippi is the second most diverse university in the SEC. And we, of course, are always looking at being as broad a community because excellence and diversity to us go hand in hand.
The school's vision for diversity struggles against the reality of student enrollment, and the fight over tradition and change has consumed its identity since the Civil War. The ranks of the Student Senate, which voted to remove the state flag in 2015, are now filled with vocal conservatives, giving legislative power to individuals sympathetic towards older campus traditions and symbols.
Some changes I think that these people want to make, I understand where they're coming from, I can see their point of view, but at the same time I don't think that they understand that this is something that a very small population of the Ole Miss community would support and agree with. That people thought they're going into a very historically Southern school with a lot of Southern heritage, and that things like that have since been taken away from Ole Miss. What's the next change that's going to be made that's going to make Ole Miss less Ole Miss?
History is something that's factual, it can't change. Heritage is something that it's subjective. Your heritage is nothing that is set in stone. And so to me, my heritage isn't necessarily encompassing of the Confederacy. I don't necessarily see how it can be Southern heritage if it's not all encompassing of a large majority of the people who live here.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.